dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the sexy ninja, in the place to be for a paper Saber universe. I want to get a little voice changer, like. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, May 5th, 2025, 5525. Cole and Pat on commentary were in Omaha, Nebraska. So we started off big. It started off with something that I was like, you better not do this. I was going to get so pissed. But Jey Uso comes out. Hey, yeet. Hey, yeet. We all yeeted. Because that's our champ. That's my champ right there, baby. He comes out and then he gets interrupted by Paul Heyman, who cuts an Emmy-worthy performance, telling him, like, I'm not the one that caused Roman Reigns to lose his championship. He got distracted by Seth at WrestleMania. He's the one that lost everything. I held him up, and now he's just a big dog licking his big wounds. And guess what happened after WrestleMania? He left. Then he came back for the Ula Fala. It wasn't for me. He was mad I wanted to have this journey with my best friend, but, he's explaining himself because, but I'm the bad guy. I'm the one. I am the douchebag. I'm this. And he's just, And it's just so passionate, man. I thought his eyes were going to pop out at one point. But he tells Jey, and Seth, since he beat Roman and Punk at WrestleMania in the main event, he is obviously the number one contender for that championship you are holding. And I was like, oh, God. Whoa. Because our champion, Mr. Yeet, Sir Yeet, the Yeet, King Yeet, goes and tells him, hey, check it out, bro. And he says, anytime, anywhere, any place, any go, what about here tonight in Omaha? So this sets up our main event. I was like, oh my God, if Jey Uso loses this championship tonight, I will riot. Because that's what I thought was going to happen. I was dreading it all the way down to. I enjoyed the show, but I was dreading that moment of Jey Uso losing that championship because I was like, please, God, if there is a God, please. Then we have Penta versus Big Head Boy JD. This is awesome. This is a really fun match, man. I know that Mr. Penta has his big Backlash match coming up with Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. He's had his problems with Judgment Day, causing him to lose last week, but Penta has an awesome match with JD, and this sets the tone on. Well, the promo begins, the promo in the started the tone of the show, but I would say for the fights and matches, this is what we got. And we got Sheamus and Austin Theory. They're really teasing Austin Theory and Grayson Waller coming to the point of breaking up. And I think under the guidance of Triple H, I think Austin Theory can become a big babyface. I just have this feeling once he turns on Grayson Waller, I feel that deep inside my bones. But Sheamus got the win. Then we get Lyra and Becky. Lyra tells Becky, I hope you like being second place. And it gets in a big old fight, back and forth. But Lyra standing tall with her Intercontinental Championship. They have that match at Backlash. We'll talk about my picks and predictions for that show. I'm getting back on track, guys. I haven't done some picks and predictions in a while. I'm kind of I'm not really excited about Backlash, but I'll watch it. And what sucks is this weekend I probably won't watch the show until Monday. That's how crazy these first 2 weeks in May are. But we go to Io versus Roxanne. Awesome. Oh, man. And I love that everyone's doing the head bob, the Io head bob. I'm doing it right now. Oh, whoa, my neck. I guess I'm too old to do that. But Io and Roxanne have a fun match here. Io gets the win, and Roxanne's like, I'm going to shake your hand. Good sportsmanship. And she walks out, and it was a ruse because here comes Julia attacking Io. And Roxanne comes back in, and they just lay the beat down, and they say that Rhea's not here. Rhea's in Australia. She's back home for this week. But will revenge happen and her helping Io next week? More than likely. Then we have Utis versus Rusev. It was okay, but Rusev got the win, causing destruction. And he attacks afterwards, and Tozawa tries to get in there and beat Tozawa, but Rusev destroys Tozawa, then he destroys Otis a little bit more. And Rusev is just here to cause nothing but chaos, destruction, pain. This next promo here makes me actually want to see this match now. At first I was like, I'm not going for the person you think I'm going. Well, you probably might listen to the show for this long. It was Gunther and Pat. Pat, of course, cuts his promo, and Adams in the middle tells him, hey, you both need to be professional. And he just goes, Pat McAfee, passion, bro. Just straight passion. And then just the man to suck the air out of the room, and that's my boy. Who I'm going for is Gunther. Oh, his response. His response in general, man. Oh, man, I'm just like, you go, bro. He tells him, he's like, I'm focused. After when I lost at WrestleMania and this and that, blah, blah, I'm focused, and you better pray to God. Even he says, give me God ain't gonna take my arms away from your neck when I'm choking you out. And he's just going at Pat McAfee, and I'm just like, goosebumps. Oh my gosh, man. How The Rock does it. That was this Gunther's message to Pat and letting him know, like, hey, what happens this Saturday? Ooh, you are in trouble. And I was like, that's my boy, Gunther, the Ring General. Oh, I loved it. Heavyweight Championship time. Seth freaking Rollins versus Jey Uso, and my match of the night. A back and forth battle. Man, oh my gosh, near falls and everything going. You have Braun Breaker out there. Sorry, the other Braun's fired. Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman, and it's just a chaotic, like, oh my gosh, who's going to win this match? Who? And they got me a few times though. I really thought Seth was going to win this, and I was still going to be mad. But Seth did not win because here came Sammy, and Sammy attacks Braun Breaker. Then Braun Breaker tackles, spears Sammy. Then Paul distracts the ref, and then Braun Breaker spears Jay. Then Jay gets back in the ring, and we think, oh my God, Seth is gonna go for it. He got the curb stomp and everything, and guess what? Like Mussolini, Mr. CM Punk came out, beat Braun Breaker with a chair, then got in the ring, and he just started fighting with Seth, and this ended with nobody winning whatsoever, just pure chaos. And CM Punk with that chair, and Sami Zayn standing tall inside the ring. The good guys have won this week, but are we teasing a third man? Because Jey Uso's in the corner. We have Jay, we have Jay, Sammy, and we got CM Punk together. But we only have Braun and Seth. Who is going to join them to fight these three? Who? And next week we're in Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, and that was a damn good Raw. I give this Raw a solid 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed the starting because it made me really worried about the end. But my match of the night is Seth versus Jay. I give this a solid 5 out of 5. And my moment of the night is Gunther and his response to Pat McAfee. We got Backlash this Saturday. Hope you're excited. Now let's talk about Backlash real quick. We'll go through the notes. We're going to talk about Backlash 2025 in St. Louis at the Enterprise Center. Picks and predictions. So if you're new to the show, especially when I talk about pay-per-views, I'm going to pick who's the winner is. And I love doing this because I cannot wait not to see how wrong or right I am. Not in any order. I'm going to say where we're going to go from here after this. Is this match is going to stop dead on, or this feud or whatever, or are we going to continue? So we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about the first match. Is the Intercontinental Championship match, Penta versus Dominic Mysterio. And it is going to be, this was kind of hard because I would love Penta to get his first championship here in WWE, but I feel like this Dominic Mysterio reign needs to last a little bit longer. I feel like he deserves that, this Intercontinental Championship to last a little bit longer. Of course, we're going to get some Judgment Day shenanigans, of course. But I don't think this feud between Penta and the Judgment Day is going to be over. I think Penta's going to bring his brother to help fight, Rey Fenix, and we're going to get some Lucha Bros back at it again. So that's what I'm thinking. Dom's going to retain. Then we have Gunther versus Pat McAfee. Of course I'm picking Gunther. I expect Pat McAfee to put up a good fight, but I don't see him winning this whatsoever. And I see Gunther slowly collecting W's, collecting souls on that ring, in the ring, the sacred ring, and he's going to beat Pat McAfee so he can get back to his World Heavyweight Championship, United States Championship, Fatal 4-Way, and I think the Gunther to Pat McAfee is just going to stop after that, their feud. Then we're going to have Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I don't see my Samoan Werewolf losing that championship anytime soon. I don't, because I want to see a long run with this championship, and he looks so good with it. But I think these four are going to put on a banger, like Sheamus says, banger after banger after banger. That's what we're going to get with this United States Championship match. And I feel like he was going to continue his feud with LA Knight, possibly Drew. I don't know about Damian Priest. He's just kind of in the mix now. Intercontinental Championship match, Becky Lynch versus Lyra. I just got some weird feeling. I'm hooked on a weird feeling that Becky Lynch is gonna win the Intercontinental Championship. No, I don't want that, but I just feel, it's gonna happen, and poor Lyra's gonna lose, and maybe a rematch, a series, if you will. You win one, I win one. We go all the third, fourth, fifth, sixth. I don't know, or Bayley could come out there in this match to cause Becky to lose. But I feel like Becky's going to win. It's just a feeling. Undisputed WWE Championship match, John Cena versus the Viper, Randy Orton, Mr. RKO. One last time. That's what this is being advertised as. And I am picking John Cena for the win. He's not losing that title anytime soon, especially with a handful of dates we have. He's been advertised. They already released the poster for, I believe, SummerSlam, and I believe Money in the Bank, and Cody's on it. So I'm like, come on, Cody. I'm looking at all my Cody figures. I'm like, I've invested so much in this man. I'm like, come on, Cody. I want Cody to dethrone Mr. Cena. But I think these two are going to put on an okay match. I've seen it 100 times. I think the match is going to be okay. So, it's going to be a different type of pace because these two have been doing it for so long, and they know each other. And Big John is going to probably call the match for us, so we don't have to follow commentary. But Cena's going to win, and then we move on to another one of his greatest hits. And who's that going to be? Down the line. AJ Styles, CM Punk. They have to do some point Punk, but it has to be like at SummerSlam, I feel. Like SummerSlam seems like the place to do CM Punk versus John Cena for the championship. So... But that's it. That's all. That's Backlash. There's only 5 matches announced for the card as of now. Card subject to change, as always. Tell me what you think. Drop your comments below. Are you excited for Backlash? I'm meh for it. So, but drop those comments below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Show it your grandma. Show it your grandpa. Show the bum down on Walmart. I am KMV the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Blew it by getting beat by Cody Rhodes after being distracted by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40.